Hey guys, it's April. I am going to show you guys, this is the second video I think I've done of this, but I am doing a patterned iron-on for a shirt, and I will share the file with you guys with the video, so don't be alarmed about that. You will get it. But we're going to layer. We're going to do 3 colors. I'm going to do 2 pattern vinyls and gold foil. And like I said, I will share this with you, but I just wanted you guys to see that it does go with the pretty side down. And I'm going to go ahead and load this in my Cricut and let it cut, and then I'm going to show you how easy it weeds while the other materials cut. Now keep in mind, I couldn't find my directions on my patterned vinyl. I'm still looking for those. But let's just go ahead and look it up. I believe it's from the last time I did it. I think it's 350 degrees for 45. It might be 50 seconds with your easy presses. And I use the same thing on my heat press. So let's go ahead and take a look and look that up real quick. I'm going to Design Space while you guys see that cut, and I'm going to the Help Center just in case you ever need to look that up. And I'm going to look up patterned iron-on, and cutting and application instructions will pop up there. And it says to use your light grip mat, which I did. The blue mat is your light grip with your liner side down, which is the pretty side of your fabric. Okay? So that's the way that you'll want to cut that. And then, let's see. It says, if you're using an iron, a cotton setting, preheat your material for 15 seconds, and then you'll apply it. And it is medium pressure for 50 seconds on that setting. And if you're using, it doesn't give a degree there. I may have to look up the easy press. Wait 24 hours before you wash it. Wash it inside out. And there is a easy press settings link there. And then all you do is go to that link and look it up for the material that you're putting it on. And the pattern is 340 degrees, not 350. It's 340, preheat 5 seconds, apply for 30 seconds. So, and that's on cotton. So it's going to depend on what you're applying it to. So I'm going to adjust my heat press as soon as I get through unloading and loading this next piece. And then I'm just going to pull this off. And I'm not even going to cut this. I have a little mark on mine. It's not going to hurt anything. I accidentally dropped it behind a shelf, and trying to get it out, I marked it up. And I'm just going to load my second piece. And then I trim mine up afterwards. And I'm just looking where my cut lines are. And you can, of course, use your bright pad to weed if you need it. I don't find it's necessary for this material because I can see my cut lines. I'm just going to let that. But you can see the cut lines pretty good there. I'm just going to trim it up because I can use this scrap for something else later on. I am just stepping over while that cuts, and I'm going to turn the temp down on my heat press that I had heating up. And I'm going to turn my seconds down. There we go. And to weed this, just use your Cricut weeding tool. There's a little bit there too. I think I'll save that piece as well. I'm just trimming up. Because I keep my scraps, I could get a word out of that easily. And then I'm just going to weed away the negative area that I don't want. This stuff weeds pretty easy, guys. So you can just get it kind of started there. And then you can just basically just peel it. And it will peel right away. And I need those pieces. Be careful when you're weeding if you're using this design that I gave you, because there are some tiny pieces there that you are going to need. Don't weed those out. Just get the main large areas out of there, so just be careful. Because it is layered, we have to cut out. And there's a little bit of waste on this, but if you have a big piece like this, you can use a die punch and punch out of that. Just keep your carrier so you have something to put it down with. Just a quick tip. And there is the basket part. Make sure that you got any little pieces that broke off while you were weeding, that they're not stuck. These don't have a sticky like the glitter and the others do. It's not sticky. So it might cling because of static electricity, but you can just knock it off. And then I'm going to put down the rest of this. I am just going to finish cutting. I'm going to cut my foil. All I'm going to do is change over my materials. I'm going to finish cutting, and I'll see you guys back over on the heat press, because I don't have an easy press yet. So I'm going to be using my heat press to do this with, but you guys will have it a lot easier with your easy press. So I'll be right back with you in just a few minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. We're over here at my heat press table. And I apologize, I can't get you guys a better view because of the way that it's sitting. But I am just folding my shirt in half and matching up the corners. And I'm just going to give it a small press. I'm going to make sure all my wrinkles are out. I don't have any folded fabric in there. And I do have a little area. Just want to shake that out and make sure that it's nice and flat and even. And I'm basically just wanting to press that front and give it a little bit of a crease to show me the center of my shirt. And then I'm going to place it on my heat press. And I can see that center line. It may be a little difficult for you guys to see, and I apologize. I wanted a white shirt and I was out. But I figured I could still squeeze by. And I can see my center line there. And I've taken, this is a basket with some flowers in it. And I have folded that and made sure that the base and the top were even. And put a small crease in there to show me center of that as well. And I am going to adjust my shirt just a tiny bit because I've already looked and I know where I want it. And this is going to be my main piece, what I work off of. And I just want to make sure that my lettering is going to be about 3 inches from the collar, and it is. So I am just going to go by my center line here and make sure I line this up, and it does not stick. So you have to be very careful with this one. And as the instructions state, grab my line sheet here. You want to press it on cotton at 340 degrees for 30 seconds. And I already preheated that fabric, so it's good to go. It has no moisture in it. And I'm just letting it time for the 30 seconds. And your patterned iron-on, guys, is a cold peel, meaning you need to wait a minimum of 15 seconds to let that cool off. It's depending on what you're putting it on. And you'll have better control over this with the Easy Press, guys. Trust me. This is not an easy task, especially in limited areas, to do iron-on. It really is not. So I'm just letting this cool down. And I really should have pressed that for half of the time, like about 15 seconds, and I actually forgot to do that. But I'm going to live with it. It might have shrank up a little bit on me, and I'll be able to tell when I go to put my other layers down, because they're going to come in where I've sliced these pieces out. But I love this patterned iron-on, especially the basket weave for my basket. That seems to be cool. And I'm just going to peel off the carrier. But I'm not going to toss the carrier. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to need it. So then the flowers that I cut to go in the basket, like I said, they're going to piece in here just like that. Hope you guys can see that. And it may have shrank a little bit. But I am not going to heat this one quite as long as I did the other. I'm trying to get it to line up. That's what happens because when you're layering, you want to make sure you only do it for part of the time, or you won't get it to line up exact. But I'm going to live with it. It'll be okay for me. I'm making this for myself, not for somebody else. So maybe I have it upside down. No, I don't. That's right. Okay, I'm just going to live with it. It may be off just a tiny bit. But I'm just placing this back in here. So when you heat yours, I know that it calls for 30 seconds, but you want to do it like 15. Just enough to make it stick to the shirt. And hopefully this will draw up and fit in there like it's supposed to. I don't mind if it has a tiny shadow on one part. That looks good to me. And now I'm going to place my carrier that I took off of that basket over the whole design, just so I don't mess it up. And then I'm putting my Teflon sheet down, or your protective mat if you have the Cricut protective mat. And then we're going to press that. But I am not pressing this for the whole time. I am only going to press this for about 15 seconds. Well, actually, I am going to press it the whole time because I did the other piece the whole time. And it's not going to affect it really when I reheat it for the foil, because it's going to be at a lower temp, number one, and number two, it's not going to be for nearly as long. So there's the 30 seconds on that. We're going to let that cool off. And while that's cooling off, I am going to adjust the temperature on my heat press and take it down to, I believe it's 275. I know that beeping is horrible. If I could get it to go, it will only go 1 degree at a time. And I went the wrong way the first time. And then say okay, and take my seconds down to 15. Okay. And now I'm going to let that adjust while this is cooling. I'm just going to lift that other one off that I had protecting those pieces. Yeah, that's cool enough. And I'm just going to peel it. And I have a little bit of an area right here, but I'm okay with it. It doesn't show that badly. Let's see if I can get you guys in on that just a little bit better. I will give you a better picture, but you see right here I had some shrinkage because I heated this part the entire time, and I should have waited. It's not really going to hurt it other than that. That's the only thing it's going to do. Then I'm going to line up my foil in there. Hopefully, get it to match up pretty good. A little off. I think it's better to be off over here. Actually, there we go. Because this one is sticky and everything, and it doesn't really matter if it's sticky or not. I'm just going to cut this piece off. Because this lines up, it looks great. I'm going to cut this piece off, and then I'm just going to place it in there where it goes. Just to give me a little bit of playroom. And just like in sewing, I'm going to kind of clip the curves here. All I'm doing is putting some snips in there. Be careful not to cut your design. Just so I can maneuver the carrier just a little bit to get it to line up a little bit better. That's the good part about the sticky. And then I'm just going to place over that as well. And let's see. We are almost to temperature on the foil. And the foil is 295 for 30 seconds. So let me bump up my time. It says 30. I never do foil that much right off. I want to double check to make sure that I'm not overheated. And the temp is good. So I'm just going to go ahead and press that where it sits. And I'm going to do 15 seconds, and I'm going to give it just a second because I don't want my foil to bubble up or peel. It's looking good. A little bit there. And I'm just going to give it another maybe 5 or 10 seconds. And it will be done. And also the foil is also a cold peel, guys. So there we are. I'm going to turn off my heat press, and I always unplug it. I'm going to let that cool, and I'm going to peel it, and I'll come back to the other camera and show you guys the finished product. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Hey guys, I'm back. I just had to reposition the camera, and this is cooled, and I'm just going to peel this back. You want to make sure that you cold peel your foil. Otherwise, it's going to mess up the finish that you have on it. And that is on there. It looks really good. As you can see, it's all bright and shiny like it's supposed to be. And like I said, the only problem that I had is I put my first layer on for the full time, and so I had to go with the full time on the second layer as well. And that's what caused this little bit of shrinkage. So when you're layering, don't forget to do it for just maybe half the time, 10 seconds or so, just to get it to stick to the material. Do it 10 seconds at a time until you can peel that carrier off. And once you can peel the carrier off, then you go with your next layer. And that will prevent that shrinkage and giving you that little bit of area there. But I'm good with it because it has some cutouts anyway between these flowers over here. So it looks intended unless you're eyeballing it really close. I think it helps it to stand out just a little bit. But that's a great shirt that you could do for Mother's Day. It has the basket. I believe this was the Anna Griffin pattern with the basket weave and the florals, and then I used the gold foil as well. You guys are welcome to this file. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.